for the show. By the way, after that clip aired at the beginning of the show, Fox notified me my OnlyFans account is up. So if you want to, yeah, there we go. Well, with the Christmas travel rush approaching, a lot of you will be flying somewhere over the next few weeks, and there's good news about ticket prices as we head into the new year. Joining us from thriftytraveler.com, give it up for Kyle Potter, everybody.
Thanks, Jason. Now,
we're not a formal show, so I'm going to start with this. This is not Jared, everyone. This is not Jared. That's right. Kyle and I were joking. You said you were bringing the B team. You're the A team, Kyle.
No.
You are the A team.
No, Jared and his wife are days away from welcoming their second tiny traveler.
That's right.
I am absolutely the B team.
That's right. So nothing yet? No tiny travelers arrived yet?
Only one tiny traveler. They're waiting on the second right now.
That's right. We're sending you the best, Jared. Okay, let's get to this. Can you explain quickly? That's why I wanted to have you on, even if Jared couldn't be here, because revenge travel, you guys just wrote, I tore right through it, a fascinating article. Can you explain first what revenge travel is, why it's over, and how it benefits them?
Yeah, revenge travel is what we've all been doing for most of the last 2+ years, right? Is, every couple of months, everybody kind of independently came to the decision of, you know what, I'm sick of being at home. I don't care what plane tickets are looking like cost-wise. I'm just going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So, domestically in the summer of 2022, airfare skyrocketed because everybody wanted to travel within the United States. This past summer, it turned to Europe. Everybody was going to Europe. I mean, Instagram was just flooded with, images from Italy and Portugal and Spain and France. That's all done now. People have gotten those trips out of their system, and that means that, well, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because
it's a good thing for us.
Because flight prices are based really solely on one thing, supply and demand. When supply is high and demand starts to taper off, that means flight prices come down. And that's what we've kind of entered into, this new era of flight deals where, this is what we do at Thrifty Traveler. We find flight deals. That's what our entire team does. Our jobs have gotten shockingly easy recently. That's like, I don't want to pretend like you don't need our help. We're still going to do our best, but it has gotten so much easier within the last month or so because the flight deals are so much easier to find.
Well, and in the article, and again, go to thriftytraveler.com because we can give you more details than we can in a 5-minute TV segment here. But didn't one of the CEOs, wasn't it Ed, or was it one of the CEOs even admitted we are in this is the beginning of the new normal, right?
Exactly, and I mean, how many times have we said that in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Probably a dozen. But this time it does feel like there is kind of a structural shift in how Americans are thinking about travel. They got their big domestic trips out of their system in 2022. They did it again overseas with Europe this past summer. And now it's like, what's the next frontier? How many more trips can we afford? Flight prices might be looking more expensive in some cases. Fuel prices are up, grocery prices are up. It's just a different new normal than what we've experienced so far.
I say this to Jared when he's here. I know you don't have a crystal ball, so just we'll take it as a guess. Do you think we'll be seeing the airlines cutting flights as a result of this?
I don't think they can. They have these agreements with their pilots to give them jobs. Those pilots have so much leverage now with brand new contracts that they've negotiated in the last few years. You can't just cut flights willy-nilly. I think what we'll see is we'll start to see the airlines slow down. So in this past summer, airlines added record numbers of flights over to Europe. That's part of the reason why, again, supply and demand, we're seeing prices come down because the supply of flights overseas is at record highs. There's only so much more that they can add. So I think we're going to see that not decrease, but it's going to level off.
Normalize.
Exactly.
Okay. Another headline that a lot of us locally, but then and whether you're in Orlando, they fly to Orlando or wherever you're watching us from, you know where I'm going, Sun Country. There's been a lot of social media buzz about this quiet fee that's added. Can you explain this?
I want to be clear. This isn't just a Sun Country problem.
No, it's a lot of low-cost carriers.
It's a widespread problem. Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant, all airlines that fly in and out of Minneapolis, they all do this. They all call it different things. Sun Country calls it a passenger interface fee, which sounds very, very important.
I'm charging these people an audience interface. Yeah.
What this is a penalty for booking online, which in the year 2023, almost 2024, sounds absurd. But all of these airlines do this.
And again, because I'm not picking on them, it's not just because Sun Country got the bulk of but they're not the only one.
They're not. A lot of budget airlines do this. Delta doesn't do it. American, Southwest, United, the big major U.S. airlines don't do this. But among the low-cost carriers, this is the name of the game.
Okay, so if people are watching, they don't have time to read all the articles, but they've seen the headlines about the low-cost carriers doing this. What do you guys at Thrifty Traveler say to get around it? Is it as simple as just going to the airport?
You put on your neon windbreaker and pretend like it's 1980 and you go to the airport and you buy your tickets. It just sounds absurd, right?
Yeah.
But it is really that laughable that's what it takes. And the tricky part about this is with Sun Country, it's at least $44 round trip per person. At least. It could be 50, it could be 60. We don't exactly know what it is. So is it worth going to the airport? If you're just buying a ticket for yourself to go to Orlando on a $190 ticket, maybe not. But if you're booking tickets for a family of 4 and you're already at the airport coming in from your last Sun Country flight, stop at the desk and buy a ticket.
More with Kyle. He's got the latest flight deals for the new year when we come back. Back after this. That is crazy. Welcome back. We're glad you're here. Our friend Kyle Potter from ThriftyTraveler.com's here. Kyle stepping in for Jared as Jared awaits a baby. That's right. Okay, Kyle, one more before we get to deals. One more headline we want to touch on. There's so much popping. We wanted to have you guys on. Alaska is buying Hawaiian Airlines. Again, what does that mean for us?
Well, it doesn't mean anything yet because this thing is going to have to get federal approval from the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice has taken many airlines to court just within the last year to try to challenge these kinds of mergers and partnerships. So this is not a sure thing. Bigger picture, if something like this does move ahead, look, we talked about how important supply and demand is for flight prices. There's really only one thing that can be more important. That's competition between airlines.
Yep.
So when you see airlines merge like this, it is never a good thing for airfare deals.
No.
That said, it really is probably the most important for getting to Hawaii, and there's a lot of factors there. I mean, this is not just Alaska and Hawaii, it's also Hawaiian, it's also United and Delta, and especially Southwest, which has ramped up its service to and within Hawaii a ton within the past 4 years. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I don't think that this is going to be the death of good flight deals to Hawaii. No,
I don't think. As someone that goes to Hawaii, often, I don't think so. Yeah, believe me, I know I can help you. I mean, if you can't get a hold of Kyle, I'll help you get to Hawaii. Yeah. Okay, don't call me, please. Seriously, though. Okay, every time you guys are here, we go through some current flight deals for the new year. Let's start with that. What's popping right now?
A lot. I mean, let's start with winter getaways. Washington, D.C., winter and spring, especially if you want to be there for the cherry blossoms. We found flight deals for $167 nonstop round trip.
Wow.
Really warm weather getaway. You got to get out of the freezing cold here. Tampa, Florida for $177 round trip.
That's good.
Palm Springs out in California, $198.
That's really good.
And speaking of Hawaii flight deals, Minneapolis to Maui, one quick stop, $415 over the winter round trip.
Oh, wow. That's real. And again, you can go there, just stay away from the southern part of the island. Yeah.
Exactly.
They actually want you back now. They need it for the economy. So.
And then as we look out to,
the new year,
spring, new year, summer, Banff, one of the most beautiful areas in all of North America, $298 round trip, a flight into Calgary, get a rental car, drive up, see Lake Louise. And then just today, our team found a round trip, nonstop flight deal flying Delta to Iceland next summer in August for $513 round trip.
$513. Okay, I'm taking the whole audience. That's it, yeah. And I'm charging it to Kyle. That's right, yeah. And let me just say first, great to finally have you on the show. So there's a compliment. Number 2, here's a second compliment. And I'm going to Jared a little bit. Every time Mr. Fancy Pants is here, he needs a piece of paper to read off the travel deals. You did not. You did not. Memory, my friend.
I don't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. I do remember those. So you win some, you lose some,
Jared always has his notes. Kyle didn't need his notes. I love it. Well, I want to know, before we wrap up, because you guys have been in your office, it's one of the great joys of your job. You try things, you get to fly things because you want to try it out. I've asked Jared this before. this can turn into a recommendation for people. What's one of your favorite places that you have ever been? Whether it's enjoyable factor, things to do factor, beauty factor, what comes to the top of your head?
You asked that, and immediately I just picture myself back in Istanbul, in Turkey.
Really?
It's just one of my favorite surprising places I've ever been. It's just so cool because on 1 second, you're in Europe, you're in continental Europe, and you get on a ferry and you're technically in Asia now. And you're still in the city of Istanbul. So it kind of blows your mind. It is the most global place I have ever been, and the food is not just incredible, it is the cheapest place I've ever eaten.
Really?
It's just, you get a bowl of fresh handmade pasta with like a yogurt and tomato sauce. I paid 78 cents for dinner. For that dinner, and it's still, I think about that meal all the time.
That's what Jason Show Christmas party right there, Istanbul. Give it up for Kyle Potter, everybody, for the latest deals, flight news, and more. We love them. They've been with us since the beginning. ThriftyTraveler.com. We'll be back after this. Back in a moment. Thank you, buddy. That was great. Thank you. Good to see you.